Thank you. So great, everybody. Welcome to our meeting. This is our Emerald Book Club. We meet here every last month of the month, talk about books, literature, and other arts included. So welcome today. This is especially for Women's Month, because this is March, which is International Women's Month. So we're going to celebrate women's achievements. So all for the month, we've been posting women's poems, women who've been successful and much more. Today we had a panel of visitors who are just women who talk about the experiences and have a discussion and much more. So for those who are watching now, if you're live, thank you for joining us. If you're in the Facebook group, thank you for joining as well. You can comment today. I'll be watching the comments here, but all know you are welcome. Thank you once again. My name is Joshua. I will be your host for the next hour or so, depending on how juicy everything goes, But yeah, so allow me to lead you for the next hour. I'll introduce my guests after a few minutes. But before we begin, I'm going to tell you a video about Emerald Book Club and what we are about. Before we begin, just a quick intro to Emerald Book Club. I hope you enjoyed that a bit. Also a bit about a little video about what we do and services. So before we begin, Emerald Book Club is a community interest company. So we limited by guarantee. So we help to benefit the community. What we do is mostly read books, help people to inspire readers, writers, and authors in society, in our local community, and worldwide. Why? Because we believe that reading is important. Literacy is important. Reading, writing, listening, and hearing are the important skills areas, especially now. In this fast-forward country where we are, people, you got to read your emails, you got to read your texts, listen to the news. And if you misinterpret a word sometimes, just one word is enough to get you off, especially if you have a different language. Sometimes you got to know the meaning of words. Not every word should be used at certain times, So if you learn your vocabulary, you can learn how to influence our conversation or how to reply in the right manner. From the basic language, you can go up to a higher level of the tier of language, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So we encourage people to read more. I know people have likes and things that you like, but in case I say, read what you can, not only what you like, get used to being uncomfortable. But as I say, nothing grows in the comfort zone, isn't it? So if you only do what you like, what you feel is good for you, it's all you get. Unless people say, I'm looking at the wall, you'll get the same results. Do the same thing today and tomorrow, you get the same results. And then what's called insanity. Yet if you again get uncomfortable, it's uncomfortable because it's painful, you get hit, and then you feel like, why did I begin? So both ways, it's a bit uncomfortable, but the thing is, if you get uncomfortable, there are more rewards and you get a lot more out of life than staying in some place forever. The better you feel the pain, the rain, the rejection, but what you become in your character. From my experience, it's better than staying in the same place and doing the same thing over and over again. So I encourage you to read more, to write more, because everybody has a story, you know, we all have a story. No matter what, whatever we do becomes part of history. We tend to see history as those who have done great things or those who are in the books. But no, you are also a part of the universe. You're part of you're created as well. Everything you do is recorded in history. It doesn't have to be in the history books or in the Guinness Book of Records. But in your life, it's a big thing. Just we're told to believe, oh, no, yours is small, mine's better, so say, fine, I put myself back for others to win. We've been taught you hold back so that I can win. And then that's why most of the world is losing. Why? Because we're told we're not good enough. Yet we're all the same. I mean, look at us three, we're all the same. People say, oh, we know you're different. She's a man, she's a woman, she's older, he's younger, but we have the same being, the same mind, we breathe the same air, probably the same food. We're in different parts of the world, but the world is one big organism. The mother nature is one. From one comes everything, isn't it? And so we have lots of people fighting over things which are not really important, but they major in the minor because, oh, I'm different from you, I've got an education, I've got this car. It's good, but in the big play, in the big world, the world's a theater. So we want to focus on the big things which make an impact. As someone say, love has stages. Love your materials, love others, but the biggest thing when you help others to achieve the goals or to help yourself. So Jesus said, love yourself as love your neighbor. Loving is taking care of yourself, taking care of your neighbor. If everyone did that, trust me, I don't think most of the things happen in the world will be there because everyone's fighting for what they haven't got. They're told, go out there, find happiness, you know, find love. But to be honest, everything is within you, isn't it? You're born with all these talents and gifts. But you're told, no, it's not good enough. You need a certificate, put on that. No, you can't do this. It was there, I wouldn't lie, it was there in the last 20 years, but now these things have gone. Now you're free to start a channel where you get paid on YouTube for free. You don't need a license to be a podcaster. It's free now. That age has passed by where we had to ask permission to, you know, to be ourselves. Yes, it was there. We grew up, oh God, you couldn't do anything without someone's permission. But it's slowly fading away if you can see the big picture around the world, isn't it? So it's time for us to set free and say, you know what, let me plan 10 years ahead. What are my goals? What are my ambitions? Where am I coming from? Where am I going? I know we like our history, but history is there, but it's gone. Let us focus on where we are going. History is good. I won't lie, history is amazing, but if we are stuck in the past, we are missing the present, isn't it? So by learning where we're coming from, we learn from the past and then we prepare for the future. So where am I going in the next 10 years? Because we are going ahead, not backwards. I know some say time travel is there, but let's just talk about being, you know, focusing on the future, your goals for the next 10 years, for this year, what you're going to do, what you're going to achieve. One thing we help people do here is to read and write so that you can be able to, you know, find the basics and also to able to handle yourself. Because when you improve your vocabulary, it builds your confidence, and then you can able to stand up for yourself and believe in yourself more. But if you're always doing the same things, chances are it's not, you might get the same results, and then you get frustrated and you get angry. Then when you see others moving on who took the opportunity, you get angry and you start being jealous. Why? Because you didn't do it. So we help you that don't live a life full of regrets. It's going to be painful. You're going to be rejected. It's going to be painful, but the reward at the end of it is better than staying in the same place. Some say when it's right now it's raining in Coventry. I'm saying, oh, it's gloomy, it's raining. No, it's positive. Why? Because the rain is a cleanser. It makes you wet. Yes, if you rain on, you'll get wet, but it's cleansing the earth. Some say it's a gloomy day because in their perception, there's no sun. Yet when the sun comes, the sun which gives life also kills people, isn't it? The same sun which gives life to people, which kills some people, isn't it? So one event can be positive or negative, depending on how you view it. So if you're rejected, it's still positive. If you're feeling pain, sometimes it's a good thing because it's telling you what to do or how to change your life. Instead of getting angry, you say, be grateful and ask yourself, why are you learning this lesson? What do I have to learn from this? Otherwise, sometimes lessons will repeat again. If you don't learn from a lesson, you repeat again. You say, some people say, a wise man said, a mistake repeated is a decision. If you see a hole and you fall in it, and then you come again and fall in the hole again, that means now it's your fault. Because first time you didn't know, but second time knew exactly it was there, but you made a decision to do it again. So sometimes when we repeat our mistakes, it's a decision. It's our fault. It becomes our fault. So when we don't know, we don't know. But when we repeat it again tomorrow and say, do the same thing again, then we are the ones causing our failures. So we aim to help people to come out of it. Think about tomorrow, plan ahead, do whatever you can. I mean, right now it's beautiful. There are many things you can do now. You can do a podcasting, you can do coaching, you can do a YouTube channel, you can start your own business. I don't think the sky now is the limit. Your thinking is the limit at the moment, to be honest. But if you help others to achieve more and do more, then we can carry on ourselves and help our community, our members, our friends, our family, and much more. So that's what we help people do at the Book Club. So we have days where we read books. Sometimes we have socials for health, and we have games. We're gonna plan more. At the end of the video, I'll show you the events coming up this year, which hopefully you want to be involved, let me know. But we help people get a balance, health, wealth, mindset, and just socializing it. So, but today we're here to celebrate plainly just for Women's International Month. It's been a fantastic March. Also, it's beginning of spring. We had Mother's Day, also beginning of spring. For those who understand all the calendars, most of the years began in spring, which is around March 20th. The vernal equinox is when the day and sun are equal at the equator. So in most cases, that's when the plants start growing, plants start planting. So that's when the new year was in some ancient cultures. Some still reverted, but now using the Gregorian calendar, which begins in January. But most cases before they began around this time, between March 20th and April 20th. So this is spring. This is the beginning of life in most cases. And this is the time when we begin. Spring is the time to plant. What I'm going to do is start again. It's the time to plant, to begin again. So time to celebrate, to say, I've made it through the last year. Now let me have plans for next year. Even our financial year in England begins in April. Think about it. Because to make your taxes, April is also beginning. So that is something to telling you as well. The year begins in January, but the financial year begins in April as well. Hint, hint. So this is the year of beginning. So whatever you want, it's time to begin. It's like waking up in the mornings. Get up and fresh and say, yes, let me conquer this year, this month, this day. So that is spring in a nutshell, but you can read more about it. So, but today we'll celebrate women's achievements. So we got a lot of people here. I'm going to have to introduce themselves as we go. So before we begin, I want to share a small presentation about Emerald Book Club. And then from there, we will carry on. So bear with me 1 second. You can see my screen. Is that okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So let me know if you can see it. Yeah, so we're here to celebrate Women's Month. I've put a bit of pictures there, women being happy. Next about someone smiling, someone posing, someone is smiling, some are reading, some are other women there at the back, bottom left, other women in the probably in the 50s, 60s, maybe having a chat, some giving 5 and some be bold. So an image is 1,000 words. So you can pick a bit of a character from each of these images. Where the front is more glamour, younger, with the hair you can tell. The ones in the middle are a bit elderly, more business-sided. The ones on the side are friends, probably at the meeting house. Lazy, a bit older, was a bit of probably in a cafe. I'm not saying be bold. So from all these pictures, you can tell a story from what they are. But here, I want to celebrate Women's Month at Emerald Book Club. So our title is, our slogan is on the wings of imagination. Imagination is what you think. So use your imagination to work, not the outside, but the inside. On the wings, imagination, when you fly with imagination, you can go as far as you can. It's all about women empowerment, celebrating Women's Month. So some of the things I've seen around people use are empowered women, empower women, support all women, equality, boss babe. I've seen some use those before. I don't know if you have any which you have seen around, but these are some I've seen people use those slogans, all those titles when they're talking about empowerment. Our mission is to inspire and develop readers, writers, and authors. Also, a bit our major goals. When help people to improve their vocabulary, when to publish material, such as books, ebooks, leaflets, newsletters. Also, again, our podcasts, which you can use on Spotify, also Facebook as well, and YouTube as well, can help you reach your podcast levels, if you're also interested. And also, if you want to follow us, we are on all the platforms. You can subscribe to a newsletter as well. We are all there. So those are a bit about us. So now I'm going to ask people to introduce themselves before we begin. So I have two people who have guests who will come on. So I'll ask you to introduce yourself and who you are, and what you do, and if you come across Women's Month, or have you celebrated before, or is this your first time to hear about it? And if it is, do you think that it's positive? Do you think you should do it every month, or should you do it once a month? What are your thoughts on Women's Month for my guests in this? So yeah, so introduce yourself, and then you can share with us a bit about you. If you want to know where you're from, up to you, what you do, whatever you want. So I want to go first. T, want to go first?
I'm more than happy to, yes.
Oh, no problem.
So I am T Leone, also known as Letitia Bailey, depending on what practices or what service I am providing. So yes, I am a singer-songwriter. I'm also a creative, expressive practitioner. I can, of course, sort of, elaborate on that and give you more of an idea of what that entails. And I do have to kind of announce a little sort of an announcement, as I have actually been nominated for the Birmingham International Youth Awards for 2023 for Young Leader of the Year. So that's a nomination. However, I haven't reached the finalist stage just yet, but that's an accomplishment in itself.
So
trying to announce that for International Women's Month. And speaking of that, actually, my birthday falls upon International Women's Day every year. So that's my
when's your birthday? When's the date? Your birthday?
8th of March.
Oh, you didn't tell us. Oh no! Happy birthday! Oh,
thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Oh, that's good.
Happy belated.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. Yeah. So I mean, I celebrate it every month. And of course, it's important anyway to cherish, ourselves as women and to love ourselves, and because I feel like that is something that we lack in society, is the ideology around self-love. We're always taught to love others, but we neglect ourselves, and we don't provide ourselves with the necessities that we need. And I think that is just really important to sort of acknowledge. And again, it's, for me, International Women's Day and every day, as I say, is just really about just taking that time to appreciate yourself and honor you and your abilities and know that you are capable. And, just to really utilize your power. Because we don't really get that much recognition, and it is a male-dominated society, unfortunately. But the women.
All right, I agree. Yes,
unfortunately.
Oh, you are right. I agree.
You do need the balance, and but yes, there are a lot more powerful women on the rise, and hopefully, I can pave my way as a young leader. But I can speak more in regards to my music. So I am I'm an alternative artist, but I do R&B and neo soul, more specifically, and my music just surrounds, uplifting and conscious messages, which I think are just really important to help, spur sort of motivation, and the strive to accomplish and achieve in the younger generation, but also the older generation. So my music really would be timeless. And I think it just really is important. Music, anything you hear, anything that you speak out into the world, is always manifested. That's why they call it spells. Spelling. It is what you are casting. So I feel like it is really important what you do express, and you think wisely, and you're very mindful of that. And again, that then leads on to my sort of fascination with wanting to help others, and to sort of inspire and initiate that social and also cultural change, whereby I then have started studying at Derby University. So I'm in third year now, which is the most demanding year, but you know, yes, very, very hectic, but I'm really, really enjoying it. And I do creative expressive therapy. So that is where I conduct sort of multimodal activities, which could include, but isn't just subject to music, movement, art, and it's just very much sort of utilized in order to help people and promote confidence, inclusivity, and stimulate and improving mental and psychological and physical health, as well as addressing and minimizing social like inequities and bringing forth cohesion, which is really, really important because, you know, we need that sense of community. We need that wholeness. We are a whole consciousness. We're a collective consciousness. We are all connected. So it is important to bring that unity. And yeah, I just think that's the most important thing again. And you know, it is a beautiful again here to be able to sort of celebrate and honor women as a whole. And yeah, that is just a little, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to divulge too much, but that is, yeah, that's in a nutshell. That's what. Yeah.
I was going to ask, have you ever come across Women's Month before? Have you ever come across it, or is it new to you, or you heard about it for a while?
Women's Month.
Women's Month, yes. Have you come across it before?
I have heard of it before, but because I feel like International Women's Day is more sort of it's more sort of popular and generalized in a sense, and it's actually publicized as a holiday, so you will see that come up all the time. But I feel like Women's Month itself is sort of undermined, and it's not really represented. So so not a lot of people know about it. And to be honest, a lot of people and women especially are even knowledgeable of International Women's Day as much either, so which has been interesting for me to reflect on. But yeah, I do think, of course, it is important that we are honouring that, and we're taking the time to appreciate and give credit to those who deserve it, because we all deserve our credit. And you know, it is really empowering to be able to do that. And yeah, I think again, it is essential. So
oh, cool. I was going to ask a question. So, if you don't mind, so as an artist, what are some of the challenges you face, which you think there's some which are not too bad, there's some which are a bit extreme, like, okay, that's quite a challenge as an artist. What are some of the challenges you face, and which are you gotta think a bit harder for you to get a solution or to overcome? As an artist in your own profession, I mean, what do you think is one of the hardest things you have to do, or one of the things which require a lot of energy to actually accomplish?
Well, sorry, I hope I didn't interrupt you there. Well, as an artist, first of all, resilience is key. Like as any sort of creative artist, whether it is music or art or whatever it is, because the music industry is so competitive. Again, you really have to be rooted and believe in your artistry, believe in whatever it is that you're doing, and you will achieve eventually. It is just, you know, dedicating yourself to your craft. And I feel like, you know, there is a lot of rejection, and that will come, but it's just continuing on and having that perseverance to just, and that will and determination to just push through. Because not everybody will resonate, and also there is a lot of envy and jealousy. And again, as a woman of, I don't really like to say color, but as a melanated woman, you know, there is a lot of racial issues and discrimination, and you know, microaggression, all of these things that come into play within the industry, whether it's direct or indirect. It's evident, and you see it. So it is very, very hard, but again, because of my love for the music, and you know, I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in the content I'm providing, and that it is enriching, and that it will teach, it will inspire people. That's what keeps me sort of motivated and rooted. But yeah, I feel like that's been one of the main challenges really is the racism. I have faced it throughout my career, and I mean throughout life, but throughout my career it has been very very much challenging. And I'm thinking of a specific time as well with in terms of rejection, because again rejection can be very deflating, and it also in times is good because it offers you the resource in order to improve,
It does something, yeah.
and really advance. So
Mhm.
you know, it's not that every time you get rejected, it's you know, you will find resource in that. And I think it's really important to reflect on this. Okay, why is it that I may have been, and you know, just sort of outweigh and work out what it is and how you can move forward, how you can improve. And that's constantly what it is. It's always reflecting and observing and just improving, and it's constant cycle really. And that's, I think, what always keeps me thriving really to achieve. And, yeah.
No, that's good. So now onto the positive side. So what is the best thing about being an artist, about your industry? What is the best thing about it? What is the thing which you love so much about being an artist? What's the thing which gives you the passion? You know, we talked about the challenges, which makes the hard part, but not the good part. When you celebrate, what makes you crazy? You know, like I love it so much, or what's the good thing about it? What's the good side? If you know what I mean. As an artist,
Yes.
what is the positive side about it? Which you're like, oh God, this is the best thing for me ever. If you go.
Yeah, the most thrilling thing for me, and just wholesome part of being an artist in itself, is being able to perform and being able to share my music live. I think that is a beautiful feeling, and getting that sort of appreciation and knowing that people resonate with my music. And just, you know, as I'm very much, I like to socialize. I think it is important as well as an artist to engage with your audience. I don't necessarily like to call it fans. I mean, I'm just a bit, you know, with these labels and things, but
Yeah.
yeah, I really think it is important to engage with them because they are part of your artistry and part of your journey as much as you are.
Yeah.
And so you have to bring them along on that, and it's always about the growth. And I think it is beautiful when people see that as well, and they sort of it gives you that sort of reassurance that you're on the right track, and that you are doing something that is helping others. Because I see people say, oh my gosh, this, I really needed this today, or you know, oh, I just heard your song and it made me smile, or yeah, so it's those things that really that are really uplifting and really centering. And yeah, and really that's I am doing the music for others more than myself, to be honest, because I think, again, like I say, it's important for the world. Like, we need this good uplifting and resourceful music. We don't, some of the music out here is very questionable, and I do worry for the younger generation.
Yeah, same here. I've seen something like, oh boy, goodness me.
Yeah.
Some of the words, some of the things, some of the pictures, like, hey, is that where we're heading? And they still, some are still babies, not even teenagers yet. Getting the money ready. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So yeah, I watched some time like, oh boy. Oh, kids in big trouble for something about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is true. No, you're right. I was thinking like, oh, it's me. I can't have to look my eyes and look my ears like, but then they're like, yeah, I like it. Like, what?
Yeah, you have to censor yourself to certain you know, music and certain frequencies and things like that, because you notice certain things, it's just, there's not a good energy with certain music. And you know, a lot of people will listen to the beat and not actually listen to the music, to the words and the content of the song. And that is why, again, with when you say about Book Club Wednesday, reading and, you know, taking note of these things is important, because then you can filter out, okay, this is not necessarily for me, because you are taking it in, you know, subconsciously. So
exactly, yes.
You have to be very conscious of what you are taking in subconsciously. And
Oh, that's good. So I'd like to ask you, as an artist, what would be your measure of success? For you, what does success look like? When you say, I know people have a journey, but as an artist, to say now you have made it, think outside the box, no limits. If you say, what to you would look like success, and say, no, this to me is success, I've done this, I've achieved this, I'm here. To you, what would that be? if you're to be successful and get what you want as an artist, don't think of any limits, or just think of you're going to be successful. What would it be for you as an artist? What would be that? If you don't mind sharing, that is, if it's not too personal.
Yes, of course, of course.
Yeah.
Well, for me, ultimately, it would be to have an impact. I don't want to say like, but to me, my idol is Michael Jackson. And as much as there is controversy, that man is phenomenally and impeccably talented. And for me, it's, you know, having that sort of impact on people, because his music was beautiful. And to me, it was really edifying and uplifting for me. So I think that's the sort of impact I want to have. And for me, that is where I feel I would have made it, because again, his music is timeless, and you know, it's all there's always a song that will be relevant for a certain occasion, and it's just it speaks volumes. So that's what I think would be the aim for me, and to just be able to bring peace and be able to bring, you know, sort of cohesiveness and just love into the world. That's what I want to be able to do as a mental health advocate. And
mental health.
Yeah, so it's really, yeah, so that's what that's my mission, you know, and to just to bring people together more. So I think that is what is needed.
Oh, that's good. So to talk about the future now, to go back to the past, what advice would you give your younger self? Let's say look back when you're beginning your journey as an artist, when you said I'm an artist, or when you're about to begin. And now as we change, no, when we begin, we make a few mistakes because we don't know, it's the first time, so we kind of not too sure sometimes. But now, as you mature as an artist, you've gone through experiences, you want to feel things about maybe yourself, you want your voice to become better. Some things you don't repeat anymore because you've learned things way of doing somewhere else to be more successful. Some things you can let go of. So if you look back, like let's say 5 years ago, or when you started to become an artist, what advice would you give from you now? What advice would you give your younger self? Like let's say 5 years ago, or when you first set down to be an artist, if you know what I mean. Looking back on your journey, what would you tell the younger self? Hey, do this or don't do that. Looking back from experience, what you've learned, what would you tell your younger self, like 5 years ago? If you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, of course. What I would say is to just go for each and every opportunity. Don't ever feel like, you know, you aren't good enough and you can't fulfill, because you are capable. And you know, yeah, I think that's the main thing really, because sometimes I feel like there's the self-doubt comes in so easily. It's so easy to just you can just give up like that. And it's so hard to persevere and continue on. So, you know, sometimes when these opportunities will come up, I'll be like, oh, I don't know if I can do that, but it would be a phenomenal opportunity. And I think, no. There's that resistance. So yeah, I would say definitely, you know, let go of resistance to go the distance, because I probably could have been further in my career at this stage, you know, now. But then again, you know, I'm still grateful for the opportunities that I've had and that continue to arise and come into fruition. And you know, again, everything does happen for a reason, but I think that's definitely what I would say, is just take every opportunity, and don't be scared, you know, turn your fear into faith. That's really
into faith. Love that. Well, thank you very much. So in ending, any advice or what's the advice, but any words you want to give of wisdom to, number one, young people, and number two, to women out there? Any words of wisdom from your experience, what you say, you know, as an artist or as a woman or as a lady, any experience you want to give to young people first, and then also to women who are out there who are on your path or struggling with something? Any words of wisdom you'd like to share with them, or like, do this, be careful of that, you know, anything from your experience, anything you want to share?
Yeah, I would definitely say to stay focused on the process to progress, because it is really essential to just, when you have a vision in your mind, then you can achieve it. Nothing is stopping you, and the only thing or only person is you. So you are capable. You are more than capable, and you know, you can make the impossible possible. So it is just all up to you to just persevere and just keep going and just stay dedicated, because if I can do it, you can do it. So that's I think that's sort of what I would offer to the younger generation, but also, you know, collectively to women and, you know, older. It's never too late to even start anything either. If you have a goal in mind, it's just conceive, believe, achieve. Just follow those steps. Just you can do it. You know, it's just stay committed and yeah.
Well, thank you very much, T. That was amazing. Great, and thank you very much. Just in ending, how can people get in as a musician? If people want to get in touch with you, some people don't mind, but are you on social media? Do you? How can people get in touch with you? For example, if you want to, people want to like see your work or your music.
Yep. So I am on all social medias at It's Teeleone. So it's ITSTEELEONIE. Yeah, that's on all social medias. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. I'm on LinkedIn as well. So it'll be Teeleone on there. So you can find me, even if you want to know more about my facilitations and things like that. On YouTube, I do, you know, motivational talks, and as of current, well, they're building back up again because I did go a little bit dormant with you know, the overload of responsibilities with uni and just balancing things. But I've created and you know, I've had more content made within the past couple of months, so that will be uploaded very soon as well. And I'm hoping to do like a podcast as well soon. So do stay tuned for that. Yeah, so that will be, and I'm hoping to bring women on there, you know, all sorts, and have really really sort of diverse conversations. And
brilliant. So in terms of wealth and donation, people want to donate to you or to donate cash. Are you on Cash App by chance or PayPal?
Oh, I'm on.
You also want to, you know, say thank you in terms of wealth. People give in different ways. So if I want to donate like you know, cash or money, how can we get that to you? Anyway.
Oh wow! I have PayPal. Yeah, I do have PayPal. I mean, I don't know if I should forward the link to you or something.
Please forward the link to me.
Yeah, I can do that. That is I truly appreciate that. I wasn't expecting you to offer.
Yeah, surprise! I told you. No, winning surprise. Yeah. So to say thank you for your time, and you know, we will give you a gift. So are you gonna catch up or PayPal? Yeah, put it to me, please, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
definitely, yes. As a thank you from the book club for your time. Everything is, you know, it's a balance. Thank you for your time and your wisdom. So a big thank you. Yeah, definitely. So message me your whatever it is, and then we'll say thank you another way. Thank you very much. So that was T. Thank you, Lee. That was absolutely fantastic. But guys, I should say it's the same thing. Just do it, persevere. I mean, we all have different careers, but in commonality, it's about persevering. Whatever you're going for, persevering, and having that self-image, which is, you know, powerful. Because anytime you can quit, when the big things hit you, you feel like quitting. Like, why did I begin? You can quit. I should say it's about persevering. If you develop your persistence and persevering character side of you, you can go through most of the things in life. If you can persevere for anything, then nothing can hold you back in most cases. But thank you very much for that. Hope you enjoyed it. Now we're going to move on to John. Hello.
Hi there. Hi, everyone. I'm Joan Lane.
It's all right. Yes, over to you now.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Joshua, for having me today. And it's been lovely as well to hear your story, T. And, you know, that you ended on perseverance. For a while, that was my middle name. It's just, it was just perseverance, just persevere. So it's a word that it actually means a lot to me. You also spoke about resilience, and that also it really means a lot. That it's what we build with our challenges. So a little bit about me then. I'll let Joshua lead. Go ahead. You've got lots of questions.
You have some questions, but okay, it's in a different way because different different persons, so much a bit of different questions. But so a bit about you and your profession, and then your passion, and what your journey has told you. What you can give back from your journey and see I've known you for you've done you have a lot of journeys which you've been through, traveled the world a lot. So from your journeys on wisdom, who are you, what you do, why you do it, and what is the future for you?
Okay. So my name is Joan Lane. My parents are Jamaican, and I spent my first 20 years here in the UK, a bit less than 20 years, and then I spent 20 years in France. That's where I had my kids, and my kids are French. And then I spent 20 years in Africa, and in Johannesburg, and that's actually
very nice.
yeah, lots of 20. And so my kids and my grandkids, actually, I've got 3 boys and 4 grandkids. They are now still in Johannesburg, and I returned here because of COVID. I came I was supposed to come for a week and then got stuck in the lockdown. So I've ended up returning to the UK after being away for 40 years. My life has always been about change. And what I realized is that I'd moved 6 times in the UK before I went to France. I moved 6 times in France and 6 times in Johannesburg. So it seems that I spent 20 years and I moved 6 times each time. So that's quite interesting. Yeah. So lots of culture change. And I kind of fell into change because my background is I left school when I was 16, and then I was in catering, actually. So I left tertiary education. I did hospitality and catering, and I went off to France and then to Switzerland and worked in restaurants. And then I got married and had my kids, and I was like, yeah, but I can't be in restaurants, because my husband at the time, we're now divorced, he was also in restaurants, and I thought, I'll never see my kids. So what can I do? And I ended up working for Polo Ralph Lauren in Paris for 10 years. Started off in the warehouse, just assembling cardboard boxes. And I left there. When I left, I'd spent 4 years in IT. I'd spent 2 or 3 years with the auditors, and the last few years I was doing loss prevention, and we are the ones that developed the factory outlet stores like Vista, the villages. So we piloted those and set them up all over Europe. And my change journey then was because every single year I did something different.
Nice.
I was just curious. Actually, there was 2 reasons. I was curious, so why can't we do this way? Why can't we do that way? So, and the other reason was, I was lazy. That's what I thought. So, for example, working with merchandise, we had to do inventories every 4 months. Yeah. And we did inventories in about 17 stores, and each store had about 35,000 to 40,000 pieces every 3 months. And I was just like, we did everything by hand, like wrote it down on a sheet by hand. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. There's got to be a better way of doing this. Yeah. And I remember one day standing in a supermarket, and this is like in the mid-90s, and somebody had a scanner, and they were scanning coffee. And
is it? Yeah.
Beep. And I was like, why can't we put these on clothes?
Yeah.
And that's how I got into change management and into IT, by me being lazy and saying, I'm not doing this anymore. And so over the years, I've realized that I'm a problem solver. I'm somebody that I see something and I say to myself, but why are we doing it like this? Why can't we do it? There must be a better way of doing this. And then I'll bug people until we get it done, the way that I can see, get it done. Perseverance, that's where the perseverance comes in. Because usually I'm against that the whole world can't see it. And yeah. I'm fighting against that whole world, but I can see it. I can see it very, very clearly. So over the years, then I've worked in mining. So I've worked in fashion. That was 10 years. Then from there, I went into construction. And then I went into mining, I went into finance, entertainment, and the water industry and wealth.
Yeah.
I'm currently working in a consulting company. So I am now a consultant, and I'm working in a consulting company. We work for all of the massive infrastructure projects around around the world, actually.
Oh.
So in the UK, we work for HS2. What's it called? The airports, Network Rail, the Network Rail, the water companies. So we consult for all of the big massive infrastructure companies, and within all of that, then the one thing that is always constant for me is the change and transformation. I'm always constantly, as I said, changing something, always moving with change.
Yes.
And what's happened in my life is that there's been a lot of resistance, as I mentioned. So there's been a lot of rejection, which T also mentioned. So as a Black woman, and I don't have diplomas, I've always been up against giants, and they gladly would take my ideas, but they, in terms of that upward mobility, I'm still not where I should be, 40 years of industry, because of the challenges of being a Black woman without a diploma. And I'm going to pause there because I can't remember what other questions you had.
Oh, so yeah, that is it. So what you do, so the question is, from right now, what is your passion now? Right now at the moment, what gives you passion? What drives you every day? What motivates you to wake up and say, I want to do this? Apart from change, I know you mentioned change, but I'm consulting.
My passion is, my passion's always been to support and develop other people. And it sounds like a cliche to really help people to reach their highest potential. And when I learned how to, I went to a coaching academy, and I was at the coaching academy for 2.5 years. And we had to then, at the end of it, do our marketing program. And I said, I'll be in change and transformation. And I want to help people to reach their highest potential. And that was my pitch. And I said, but people won't really understand what I do. And my lecturers said that, your pitch was fantastic, and we'll come and get coaching from you any day. But why did you say that people won't understand what you do? Well, 15, 20, 25 years later, people don't understand what I do. They don't. So I influence, and what drives me is knowing that I'm able to support people in shifting their mindsets, so that they can reach their dreams, so that they can create, so every single one of us, we're born creators, actually. We really are born creators, and the school system, as far as I'm concerned, it takes that away from us, because we come in as unique individuals and we come out as clones of each other, and where the imagination and the creativity is gone. The books that we read are the books that, this is what you have to read if you want to bring in something different, and you've got something different that's got a different flavor, a different taste, a different texture. It's rejected, or it takes a lot to get it accepted, and so I've always been faced with the person that brings in the controversial things. The different thoughts,
Same here.
And it has been the challenge, because I don't understand why we can't be different. I don't understand why we can't be unique. I don't understand why we can't have those beautiful, flowery, bright red shirts in the office if that's what we want with flower. I don't understand what difference does it make. and it makes the place brighter.
Yes,
So my passion really is empowering others to be free, empowering others to speak their mind, and for them to, even within the corporate environment, there's many people have absolutely fantastic ideas. I love seeing those actually manifest, so being the change, being the catalyst for that change to manifest and to see it take shape, so in these organizations, and when it takes shape and it changes a culture in an organization, that is magical. That is, and my passion today is to develop it's to develop compassionate leaders, not the leaders that we've had, the capitalist leaders that are driven by money. It's compassionate leaders, which means that yes, we can work 4 days and have 3 days off. Why not? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with COVID has given us the gift of being able to work from home and see it works. So it's all these were things that I was thinking of before. COVID has accelerated a lot of things that I feel and it's shown us that we can do things differently. And that's what drives me, is let us do it differently. Let us be our unique selves and let us thrive as our unique selves.
Oh, beautiful. I agree with you 100%. We've learned, because it's kind of a habit that we do the same things every day, 7 days a week. It's kind of like, it's like a never-ending cycle where like someone says, like a hamster on a wheel. The weekends, again, we do something again, and people are used to, like, once they get changed, which is going to free them, they're afraid of the change because they're used to slavery, to the hard work. But something now is free. People cannot see because, wow, I'm used to the hard stuff. Something easy, like, oh, if it's easy, no way, it can't be that easy. I must suffer to be happy, But you're right. Yes. Find like something different. Just because we've been taught by I'm not saying about it, but by our parents, our cultures, this is what we do, it's our culture. Doesn't mean it's correct sometimes, people, we depend much on the culture. Even if it's wrong, we still carry it on, and it's killing some of us people. But by just saying something it must go, especially good the truth, as you said, same here, because as Solomon said, wisdom is a sorrow. Once you become wise, it becomes sorrowful because you see things people don't see. So you bring in ideas which are helping people, but because they're different from what people think, they're like, oh, you're troublemaking, No, I'm just telling you a simple way of doing stuff, But yet again, something you gotta endure, as you gotta persevere, because I would say in terms of metaphysics, it's something, it's like I don't know if people believe it, but your destiny is kind of like, this is your calling, or your destiny, be the game changer. So you gotta be the leader and endure all those backlashes. I got all that backlashes, targeting people putting you, because why? You put in another idea, which is good, nothing wrong with it. But because someone up there thinks, oh, that's my idea, should have been mine. I know he's trying to steal my power, but I'm not. It's just an idea which can help all of us. But someone in the outside will think, oh, wait, this person is trying to be smarter than me. Who do you think you are, Like, no, I'm not. I'm just saying in a different way, which we all do. But so those are the things which we all go through as people, to be honest. I see what you mean. I've been through that book. Yeah. But it's good. Now it's time for things that have gone up, isn't it?
Yes, and just going back to also, you mentioning, it's kind of like it's a way that we think, even when we're given the opportunity to change, we don't want to change.
We don't
there's a lot of resistance to change, and it's almost like an automatic response. Yes. And so I've written a book that I haven't published, but it is written and it has. Yes. So this would be absolutely wonderful to be able to do it. And it's called The DNA of Change. Oh. And, part of it is that I speak about is the conditioning that we receive from literally the day that we're born, so that we have to conform. And if we don't conform, then we don't belong in these tribes that are created in society. And because of that is why we're resistant to change. We're put into these molds because when we're small and we're curious as children, and we've got that that curious mind, and we can create whatever we want. From mud, we can create whole villages. Our imagination is absolutely free; it's unbounded. And as we go through, as I said, from nursery school to school, now we don't have the churches that we had before. So before we had. You had the school, then you had the church, then you had the home. and you had this, this constant molding of you had to fit into this mold, otherwise you were rejected. So the DNA of change, what then happens is we become afraid of change.
We do, yeah.
So even things that are good for us in society,
Say no.
if we look at today's society, things that are actually good for us, we sit there and we go, ooh, but no, we're going to, let's not disrupt. But in the meantime, we're having freedoms taken away from us, and we're okay to have those freedoms taken away from us, but we don't want to rock the boat and stand out when we want to advocate for change that actually will do us good. So that's what drives me, is opening people's eyes to the power that they have by saying, yes, this might be uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar, but actually it's going to give me my freedom back.
It is, yes, it is. That is very true. Oh my goodness, that's what, oh, brilliant way to time. That is 100% true. That is right. It's one to say, right, I'm gonna feel the pain, but I'll get it back, isn't it? That is so brilliant. So in ending for you, so what would you advise your younger self? I would say, I don't know, pick a time. I would say, okay, I know because you've had so many opportunities, so many experiences. You've moved to France, to South Africa. So I know you've had more than us. So I don't know, pick a time, like example, it's hard because you have a lot of people more than you. So a time when you were, let's say you hadn't begun experiencing life or you hadn't chosen the path yet. I don't know when that was for you. But what would you
yeah, yes. I mean, I've got a very precise age. So at the age of 13, I was just like, I didn't understand why I was here on earth. Okay. So I've always been an avid reader. I've always read. I've always been quite an introvert. And so 13, of course, is teens, just literally getting into puberty. And I just did not understand why I was on earth. I didn't understand why I was born a girl, because boys could do so many things that girls couldn't do, and it didn't make sense. It wasn't logical. There wasn't a logical reason. It's like one was a boy, one was a girl. I didn't get it. And I would say to her, for me, she was the person that actually I admire. And I'd say, never give yourself, never give yourself up. That unique strength, and you might have been confused as to why you were on earth, but what then happened was that child, me at 13, decided that I don't care if I don't have any friends. I'm going to be me. And for a while, I was me. I was 100% me. And what was miraculous about that is I started to get friends that I didn't have before. I started to have people that, I was fighting people all of the time before, and all of a sudden, people were attracted to me as me, as a unique person. And then I lost myself again when I went to France. And then I really lost myself when I went to Africa, and I'm finding myself again today. So I would just say, just remain as true to, she knew who she was. She really knew who she was. And I spent quite a long number of years seeking that person who was me. So I would just say, no, just stay exactly who you are. Because you were rejected for your uniqueness because people didn't get you. And then at the same time, you attracted the people who were your tribe. You actually attracted them. But when I went to France, I lost them again, and I lost my confidence.
No. That's what you meant. So there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah. So I was going to ask you again, like, what advice would you give? I think you've summed this again, but just guess I'll ask again. So what advice would you give younger people, first of all, and also women who you think are going through what you're going through, or who would benefit? I know people don't want to hear, but who would benefit from your words of wisdom or from your journey? What words of wisdom would you give to them? right now?
To young people, I would say no matter what your dream is, no matter what you want to do it. Do everything that you can, find out, research, look up. Today we have all of that knowledge at our fingertips with a phone in our hands. And not only that, we have the knowledge, we can learn, we can teach ourselves. So you don't need the permission really. When we were younger, we had to get permission, or we had to, things weren't as easily accessible. So if you've got a dream, no matter what it is, if you've got a vision, no matter what it is, in today's society, you absolutely can do and be anything that you want to be with that perseverance, because it's not always going to be easy. There will be obstacles, there will be barriers and blockages, but that's the whole thing. That's where you learn, that's where you strengthen, and where you refine whatever you're pursuing. It's part of the journey. So to young people, I would say, don't ever let somebody say you can't. Yeah. That's, I think that's the most important thing. And also, there are safe jobs that you're sold, but those safe jobs, they're actually not safe because you can't get them. They're saturated. So look for the new jobs that are being created because of AI. There is so much we don't know. There's new technology. There's new jobs being created. Create them yourself. Do it. Go ahead. So that's what I'd say to the young people. To women, I would say to girls and to women, I'd say the woman that you've seen that beautiful, strong. You've even counted her, woman that you are. That's inside of you. You've seen her at least once. You've been her at least once. Bring her out. Bring her out, whether you need to bring her out to play, whether you need to bring her out to shine, whether you need to bring her out to sing, to dance, bring her out. Whether you need to bring her out in the office, it doesn't matter. You've seen her, you've been her. And too often we hear all of those words that we can't and we're not good enough, as T said earlier as well. You are more than good enough, more than good enough. The obstacles that we face, we overcome them time and time again, actually, so many times. Men and women, of course, but I think women a lot more than men do. And that voice that says, you're an imposter, that's the one that's lying. That's a liar. You're not an imposter. You're strong, you're beautiful, and yeah, women are strong. I'm telling you, we are strong.
You are very strong. You're stronger than men. All right, you are strong. Yes, you are.
We are strong and resilient, and she's there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Thanks for that. So, in ending, so if someone wants to get in touch with you, is that possible? Or I don't know how someone find you.
So I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. I've got my website as well. So I've been an entrepreneur. At the moment, I'm an employee. So my website is called Embracing Change. So it's embracing-change.co.uk. But I haven't updated it at all since leaving South Africa. And my last words on there was that I'm in transition. Because I didn't know where I was going. The whole world was changing. And I'm coming out of my transition, so I'm quite pleased. And the reason why I'm coming out of it is because I found that unique person that I was. And I found her because I've just actually recently been diagnosed with first dyslexia, then dyspraxia, now autism, and they say ADHD. So I'm neurodiverse, and that is the reason why I think the way that I do. It's the reason why I am the way that I am. And it's what brings that unique way of being. And my perseverance comes from it as well, my creativity. So it's a joy to discover. It was a shock initially, It's been an 18 months journey. I'm still learning, but with that, it's actually opened so many doors in the workplace. It's phenomenal what that's done. And for women, because neurodiversity in general for women is not recognized, this is something that if you think you're on the spectrum, start researching. You know, I have got a couple of books that I'd like to recommend for people, for women who think they might be, because it's fascinating what you'll discover, and it's very empowering.
Okay.
So I'd like to give a shout out for those two books, though. The two of them. The one is called Spectrum Women, and it's Walking to the Beat of Autism, and then it's by Barb Cook and Dr. Michelle Garnett. And then the other one is called Women and Girls with Autism Spectrum Disorder, and it's by Sarah Hendricks. Both books, they are so enlightening for women. It's just like, oh my word, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's the imposter syndrome disappears. There's so much in there. Far more than what we would think that neurodiversity is. Lots of learning there.
So the first one is Spectrum Women, right?
Yeah, the first one is called Spectrum Women, and it's by Barb Cook and Dr. Michelle Garnett.
All right.
And the second one is called Women and Girls with Autism Spectrum Disorder.
Women and Girls, Autism Disorder.
With Autism Spectrum Disorder, and that's by Sarah Hendricks. Fascinating how much knowledge is in there. And it's written by autistic or neurodiverse people.
So Women and Girls with Autism Spectrum Disorder.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put in the group so the other minds people can find them. Yeah, awesome. All right, thank you very much. Yeah.
And then yes, I need help publishing the DNA of Change. Getting it edited and published. It's a journey.
Yes, I was going to say, yeah, before, I was going to add at the end, but you mentioned it. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm going to say, but before I come to that question, so if someone wants to donate to you in terms of money wise, do you accept donations or?
I'd rather, if they're going to donate, I'd give it back to the book club. You know, I would or to, you know, to young people. I'm a professional consultant. So as much as that, you know, yes, I'd welcome it. And I definitely am going to need it for my pension later. I'm not joking.
Yes.
That's another story where, you know, as a woman, I've lost out. But today I'd rather, you know, I would give it back to the club or to give it to a young person that needs it.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for that. So that was fantastic. Goodness me, that was beautiful. I mean, those stories are amazing. I mean, what took me so long? I feel ashamed. What took me so long? I mean, sometimes we think we don't know until somebody. I was like, no, I only ask guys was like, no, they're busy, no, they're shy, I shouldn't say yes. No, I only asked guys a long time ago, but like, no, I don't think they'll say yes. They're too busy, you know. But now you came like, oh, my bad. What was I thinking? You know, so it happens to all of us. But if you had did this long time ago, we'd be far ahead by now, wasn't it? So I think we should overcome this thing whereby let's just say it and get it done. But because you say, oh, maybe I don't think I might be able to, then I thought, oh, maybe it's not a good time. But just from this conversation, I don't know, I'm in Coventry. I don't know, T, are you in Birmingham, right? You're in Birmingham. I'm
currently in Derby as of right now.
In Derby.
But I'm located in Wolverhampton. That's where I'm based. Yeah.
So I see. So just meeting just us three, talking a lot of wisdom has been given. You know,
I want to say honestly, it's been an honor to be, you know, on here with both yourselves. I've you know, gained a lot of wisdom as a young woman myself, and it has been absolutely phenomenal, really enriching and empowering as well to hear your story as well, Joan. It's wow, you have truly experienced a lot throughout the years, and it is really insightful and endearing. And speaking of which, when you mentioned about you spoke briefly about you know, about being neurodivergent, I actually possibly may have ADHD, so that's that's something that I will be exploring more. I do get support throughout uni to support me with an assessment, so I'm planning to do that. But it's really sort of pushed me to want to do it, because for a long time I was sort of in denial, and I thought, oh no, can't have that. But it definitely does enhance your learning and just understanding yourself as a person. You can't, yeah. So I think that's, thank you for that. That was really, just really.
I think you'll enjoy the books then. I mean, they're not they are about autism. They're not about ADHD. Those ones. But just there's so much in there's overlapping anyway. But yes, and I wanted to know also, T. So if I want to come and listen to your music, yes, I know there's YouTube and everything, but if I want to see you live, where do I have to go to Wolverhampton? Do you play elsewhere?
I mainly actually perform in Birmingham, and the thing is, because there's not really much representation in Wolverhampton, unfortunately, so I'm actually working on trying to create something down there for artists as well. But it would be Birmingham, so I definitely will make sure to keep in contact with you, and I'm really excited for your book. As when you mentioned, I was just like, I need to know. That's an honor as well, that you would love to come along and support me. I'd really appreciate it.
Absolutely, because you know what you also said about the music. I think it really is important, and for me, today's modern music, it's really hard for me to find anything that I'm inspired by, because of, you know, the lyrics and it's not just the lyrics, it's also the actual composition. It's not really music, so so it's been wonderful to come and support you.
Actually, John, we're supposed to have an event with her here in our hall this year or last year, but it didn't go.
Fantastic.
Supposed to come, but I didn't get it. I was supposed to get the people and the funding, but I didn't get it. But fingers crossed. I'm gonna get to the end, so I'll finish at the end. But if she's available, if she's available, she might be coming to the hall. If she's available, that is it. What's happening? If she's available, but we did come once to practice, but it didn't go well. But so I didn't have enough equipment and the time, so it didn't go through. But I'm planning again. So if all goes well as planned and she's available, then probably the next month or two.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know, if you give me enough time in advance, because I travel for work, so you know, if I've got enough time, then yes, I'll definitely be there.
Oh, perfect. So in conclusion, I wanted to finish up. Well, it's all done. I just browsed for this. I wanted to show you the presentation. I was talking about women who are helping women in the world. I can send it to you if you want to see it or you want to read through. I'm not going to go time, but I met the top women in the world. If you get this all flat, women who are powerful in terms of women, these are women who are the richest women in the world, according to Forbes. So I did so those are ones, if you're interested in know a bit of inspiration. So Francois, number one from France, you see it in the world. So if you want to know more, I can send you the image or the presentation. But I wanted to go to this one, top 10 offers. So this is for those who are rich.
Yes, the capitalist women.
Yeah, I don't know any of them. I don't know any of them. I know Mackenzie Scott, because she divorced the other guy and got some millions of that. I know the Waltons are an American, but yes, I don't know most of them. I know a few of them on the list. But because of the book club, I'm going to talk about the authors. These are the authors who are the top 10 authors. Well, those I compiled. But there's Jane Austen, Emily Bronte, Agatha Christie, Emily Dickinson, Charlotte Bronte, Maya Angelou, Virginia Woolf, Mary Shelley, Happily, and Margaret Atwood.
So don't we have modern authors as well? These are the classics. Well, Maya Angelou is not really, but she is. In a way, yes.
Okay, yeah, I got them off the website. I put them together, so I don't think they're the top, but someone was voting for them. So, in case you're not mentioned in the list.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It is, isn't it? It is. Because it goes back to what I was saying about us being conditioned. And as much as that there's some great stories there and great writers, but there are absolutely extraordinary books that have been written by modern authors, and whether they're women or men. And it's so refreshing to see different views and different cultures. And yeah.
No, awesome. Yeah, so that's a list. If you have any more, let me know. Okay, John, I want to see you. I'm waiting for your book as well. So maybe when your book comes out, we'll be here. I'll put you on my book that we've been on our list.
Yeah.
Because, to be honest,
Yeah, no, it won't be out in August. I can tell you that now.
think about it,
I need-
it's someone's opinion, right?
I'm so
No.
sorry. It won't be out in August, or it will. Did you say it
Is
won't?
It won't, because I need, I need to find,
Alright.
it needs to be edited. It needs to be proofread. We need to do like a circle. I don't know, and do the whole
Let's do that,
process.
yes.
I've written it, and it got to the point of it had been proofread, and I'd shared it and got very good feedback.
Oh,
About to
wow.
publish it, and then it was now going to more professional critiques, and they crushed me. So they crushed my dream.
Oh no, bring it up again. There's not with ChatGPT, there is Jasper, they can do editing as well. Don't worry, when you get it out, we'll number one on our list, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Yeah, because this is someone's opinion. Somebody's thought this is like a private offer. But for us, you're number one offer.
Yeah, no, I'd love to do a like a circle, like a book circle, so that they can help me to edit it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let us do it.
Mhm.
Honestly, I'm ready. We'll do that.
Wonderful.
So this one is, of course, nowadays people do podcasts. I don't know if, as you said, you might have your own podcast. So these are podcasts by women. Because we don't hear about them. I know they always mention about the most common podcasts, which are also by men. And I know we have Oprah. Oprah's is quite common, and Michelle Obama's. But most podcasts you see are by men. Majority of them are men. When you show the men, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I found a few of them here, which look very good. So they're not in order. I'll just put 10 of them in order. I know Oprah. We know about Oprah. And number 4 is Archetypes. This is by Meghan Markle. But the rest of them, I didn't hear about them, but they are all from different, all by women. So number 1 is Moms Don't Have Time to Read Books. She interviews with acclaimers and authors. Number 2 is Oprah's. You should know about Oprah. Number 3, Stuff Mom Never Told You. This is issue affecting women. Number 4, I didn't know about that, but that's by Meghan Markle. It's Labels That Hold Women Back. So check it out. Number 5, Starting Missing History Class, Women in History. Number 6, The Players' Sport, is about female athletes. We'll not mention much because they will say, sports is for men, isn't it? So they don't, but she talks about female athletes. Still Buffering is by, I think, 4 sisters. So talk about what it's like to be a teen. And then this one, number 8, is Terrible. Thanks for Asking, is one about, let's talk about the positive side, but she talks about the negative side, the grief, the pain, the emotion on our podcast. So talks about, so Terrible. Thanks for Asking. And then Living Fully is how to seek out satisfaction in the modern world. And number 10 is the Queen's Podcast, where this is about fabulous high society women from the past and the present. Came about them today, so if you come across them as well, let me know if you listen to some of the episodes. But these are all by women, actually, so I didn't know. I was doing my research and I found them. So if you want to know more about podcasts by women, I know most of the podcasts are by men. There are few, but these are plenty of them which I didn't know about. So I'm going to add them more and read most of them a bit more. I person to write a circle as well. I'll skip this part. This is about your benefits. What's your reading personality if you read? This is what we read. So right now we are reading text. Right now we're on text, WhatsApp, because everything's digital now. Before we were on boards, signs, banners, books, diaries, but majority number of communication nowadays is by text, by WhatsApp, because it's instant, isn't it? So if you're in a business, if you're an artist, if you're not communicate, the best way is by text or WhatsApp or Telegram as well, because it's instant. Because emails, you gotta go email, look in an email, it's different because things are quick now. So right now we are on text, WhatsApp. So you gotta be quick with your instant messages. So that's where we are at the moment. From all this that we read it before, but tweets, emails were there, but not popular anymore because you gotta log in. But the text is right in your hand. The Telegram is there, WhatsApp is there. So that's the most common form of communication when people are communicating nowadays. It's a bit about it. So I will ask you, what is your favorite book? Because of time, if you have a favorite book, does anyone have a favorite book by chance? Does anyone have any?
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. What about you, T? Do you have a favorite book?
Oh, I have like 10 favorite.
No problem, any, just mention one.
I can't.
You can't.
No. Do you know? I might have to get back to you on that one. That's
okay.
hard. Very...
That's okay. So these are some of the books which we never read in the book club. It's mostly about. So I don't know if you heard of any of these books. 4 Hour Week, Income Investor, Millionaire Fast Lane, Compound Effect. Some of the books which we have read. So if you have one of those, I don't know if you any of those you've read one of those. I read a few of them on here.
Yeah, I've read a few of them.
Same here, yeah. So those are the ones, but you want to expand now into more genres now, like more fiction, more drama, more mystery as well.
Yeah, we need some fun books in that list.
Yes, we did, because I'm going to see my kind of
dance.
misleading. So I need to change. So I need somebody else to come in a different version, please. But a lady who was bringing books, so talking about books from European history, talking about on the last podcast in December, Katerina, she talked about a book about Auschwitz, talked about the Auschwitz camp. So that was different for me. I was like, because talking about history in Europe in the 1940s. So that was a good difference. So it's good for change. Because this is all about business and making money, but we need a change. More fun books, you're right. So please, if you got any additions, more than willing to.
Yeah, I also don't have fun books. My books are mostly non-fiction now.
Same here, me too. So we need to get back to our fun books.
Yeah, we have to bring fun into our lives.
It doesn't it? So to end, so thank you very much. But in end, because this year is a big year, so upcoming events. For this year, we have some major events happening this year, isn't it? Just to let people know, we have this meeting happens every last Wednesday of the month, end of month meetings. Not just again, it's every last Wednesday at the same time until November. But other events happening this year, we got the King's coronation. I don't know if you had any plan for that. Have you guys made any plans for that? They've made a bank holiday as well. So people are gonna have it's called a big lunch. So I'm also planning to have one. So if you're available or you're not having your own, feel free to come and join us. If you have your own, that's fine. But they're having lunches across the country. And so the 6th is a Saturday, 7th is Sunday. 7th is when having big lunch. People come together on the street or in the park and have lunch on the 8th. So if you're around, I'm organizing one. So if you're interested in,
fantastic, I'll come.
If you're not, if you have your own, that's fine. But if you want to come, let's want to be there. So we're going to try to have some live music, games, meat, food, and all that. So if all goes well, it's going to be a street party. If all goes well, it's going to be a party in the street. If it all goes well, so you think big. So it's going to have I say do something, do it big. But that event across the country, they're going to have different. Most communities, most even councils are giving funding to people to have an event. But in commentary, they didn't do it. I don't know. But most countries are giving people some amount of money to have an event on the 7th and the 8th. So that's a major one. The others as well, that's May. And then also Africa Day is also Thursday, the same month as Africa Day. I didn't know about until 2 years ago. We did one last year, last year, but now we're going to improve it again. So if you're available that day as well. So the same day on Thursday.
Africa Day is always beautiful.
Is it? Yeah, I didn't know until last year, but we did last year. Last year you were there, weren't you? You were there last year. Remember, we did one last year.
Yeah, yeah.
But also this one now is a big one as well. The Windrush 75th anniversary is this year on Thursday, June 22nd. We're going to celebrate the Windrush generation and their contribution in England. That's a big thing happening this year. So I'm also planning. We're also putting an application to hold an event over the month. So as then, if it all goes well, we have artists, aka team, consultants, aka John. So if all goes well, this is the big things. The other events, but these are the 3 major ones happening before July. So if you're interested and around, let me know. And also, please, if you have other ideas, because I put my ideas, but it comes boring so me. I want something different. So T, if you're available, if you only have other ideas, please come and lead.
Yeah,
we need more representation because it's me at the moment. It's me at the moment. So I'm not doing it's me at the moment, but I think we got to have more ideas, more views. So let's take a back and let someone lead forward. So these are the major events happening apart from that. But yeah, so that is it from me. That's about it in a nutshell. So if you're available, let me know because I'm looking for volunteers or someone who wants to be a player or a contributor. So yeah, I think because these are great events celebrating our history as well, because it affects all of us. Yeah. And the thing is, nobody knows. I think it's time to come out I'm not, in our community, isn't it? You know what I mean? People have been hiding under, but it's time to come out and, leave the positive side. Yes, people have been for a lot, I agree, but we can't carry that on forever, can we? We gotta win as well, gotta celebrate as well. As John said, it's challenging, people are gonna fight you, yes, we're gonna fight as you call it, people are scared, but I think we should do it, isn't it? It's time to say, no more, let's celebrate the positive side of our cultures, of our history over here. Yes, people are against it, I know, but who cares? People all fear what they don't know.
Yeah.
People always fear, and if we, as you say, if we also fear and let go of something like I won't do it because someone's gonna be angry, then we also become failures. I say, let's put it aside and let's go big, think big and do it. Because this is the year, so many people are coming around. So if you're interested, we're gonna bring the whole community together to celebrate literature, our history. According to history, on this planet, women came first. I don't know if you heard about it.
Oh,
in terms of genes,
is that what you?
Yeah, but first the genes of women's genes are XX, men's are XY. So the women came here before the men on this planet.
That's going to be an interesting topic for another day.
Yes,
it is. But I'll let you know, this is a female planet. It's a female planet. Why? Because the women were here before, and over 20 years before the men came. Look at the genes. Women have the XX, women have the XY. So the Y is just the cut off the X of the man, the male. So we come after you. So tribute to you guys. You are the guys who are the foremost of the planet. So this belongs to you in a sense. We're holding it for you. So the patriarchy is leading for you, but in other sense, look at the old dynasties of the world, they were matriarchal. The matriarchs were all taken down, I wouldn't say mention who, but another story, but before in ancient Egypt, in ancient Africa, in ancient Americas, the women were the leaders of the communities and the men were there supporting. So the women
Joshua, I'd love us to have a podcast on this. This would be fantastic. This would be
so this is great. So if you're interested to know this, it's called Mitochondria Eve. Women came before. So this is a snippet of everything, but
I'd love to. That would be fantastic.
I want to look at American history, the American Indians, African history. If women came first, and they were in society. Now you see if you look now at America now, it's dying, and England's dying because the patriarchy now is dying because the system is falling down. It's opening the way back to the matriarchy, to the past. Things are changing now. We're witnessing the end of an era in society. So the patriarchy was leading, but now it's failing. If not, for other reasons why I won't mention. But so this is a time.
I'd say we are returning to a matriarchal society.
We are matriarchal. So what I want to encourage women exactly. So I want to need you women to take up your position in history.
Stand in our power.
Stand up and take it and grab it. Don't be shy. People are like, it's gonna hurt, grab it. You're gonna take it. I'm sure. Be a lion. Be a lioness. No more being mice or bunnies or sheep. This doesn't work for us at all. You're gonna be a lioness and grab it. Not when they hunt. People run. This is what we're gonna do now. Because if you don't, you will be where we are forever. But that's a story for another time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
It's another whole time. This is not. It can take another few hours. This, but if you look carefully, people are waking up, and it's taking the internet by storm. Apparently, there's another mothership which appeared in the sky. Mothership appeared. I don't know if it's true. The mothership appeared somewhere. Mothership from another place coming in the portal. So things are changing in the atmosphere. So I said, be awake. Watch the news. Do that. But that's not the main part. They're deceiving you. Be awake. Things happening at a fast rate.
Yeah.
So I need you guys to be on board, to come and take charge. I'm here. I'm fighting, but I need you to take your position as well. You know what I mean?
So we're here. We are here. We are holding it with both hands.
We're here. Hold the ground.
Standing strong.
No, I'm serious. Hold the ground. I am
the foundation holding.
Foundation.
Yeah.
It's getting big, and the world is an oyster. It's a playground. It's time to change. But that's another story another time. But in ending, I'd like to say thank you very much. Number one, I apologize for taking so long to invite you guys. That was my fault. Died a long time ago. This is what we're missing now, But I'm grateful for you coming. It's supposed to be like 6-7 of us, but all these things are people come. So I know the one who comes is meant to come. Because I would say they would come, but they didn't come. But everything works out perfectly in the end because we came and we delivered. So it's not about the numbers, it's about the quality. But some also watching on Facebook as well. There's some watching in the Facebook group. Thank you to Nikki and Katerina in the Facebook group and others for watching. Thanks for watching as well and for commenting as well. So everything is positive. Thank you very much. So this meeting is being happened to Facebook, also available on YouTube and also as a podcast. I'm going to repurpose it. So let me know where your channels are. You can post it on your channel T and also LinkedIn as well, so we can reach more people. And then let's plan for the next one. So as John said, we need the writer's circle. We also need the podcast as well. I've got my podcast. It's called the Positive Podcast. So if you want to come as well, we can do one different one, but I've got mine as well. I've done it for a year or no. So, but if you want to add another podcast, that is great. And I'm planning another one. It's another lady from America. She's called Isis Wisdom, and another called Marina, American lady. It's about the cosmos, and oh, she's brilliant. Oh, so if we get all together, there's another guy called Rodney Hayes. This guy speak. They're like, what have I been reading? I'm like, what have I been doing? We talk about things which are metaphysics and spirituality, like it blows you away.
So
But
Joshua, you're exciting my neurons when I need to go to bed now. I told you this.
I told you, I warned you.
Like the neural pathways are just like, ooh,
They're clicking.
Spirituality. This is like meditation, yoga.
If it clicks, that means you are. If it clicks, that means you are chosen. If it clicks, that means you are needed. It doesn't click. It doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah.
It's not for you. But if it rings the bell, that's not me calling. That's someone telling you, hey, wake up. So that's not me. That's somebody telling you that you gotta wake up. That's something for you. If it's ringing bells, because other people now like, what do they mean? What are they saying? I don't believe.
Some people aren't conscious, and there won't be. There's people who won't be, but there's people.
No. It's not. Yeah. So if you are, I'm happy. That means okay. Now you know. As I said, next time you say you don't know, it's your decision. Because now you know. It's things. Now you know that hey, I've been chosen. I'm one of the guys to lead. So now it's upon you. Responsibility is upon you because you've been here, you've experienced, you've known. And I'm distributing my power to you to take over as well, because now I've done my part, and you say now it's tingling. That means I've got you. That means your mind's awake. Thank you very much for acknowledging. Thank you for giving up yourself. You give it. It's like jail. I found you guilty of knowing, so you're definitely guilty. So that button, it's not a button, but it's a responsibility to you to tell others about it. But yeah, it's going to be big. The lady who, oh shit, these guys are phenomenal. So if you're around, let me know. We'll do another big one as well. But we do monthly ones. So let me know if you want a weekly or monthly. But please, let's come again next time. Definitely. This was beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to meet you, too.
Bye-bye. So please send me the links. At the end of the books, John. Also link to your PayPal as well. Send me the links of the books. I don't remember. I can put it in the comment section. If you want to see the video afterwards, they will look at the books also. If you don't mind, send it to me. If you talk about the links, the website, anything, if you want to find it, send it to me so I can put it on the platforms. So people can watch this video.
But the books that I mentioned, yeah, sure.
Yeah, the books, also LinkedIn as well. If you want people to anything you want people to know about, let me know. So I'll put it in the comments. So people can later on come and see and like, oh, the comment is there, so they don't see where can I find it, if that's okay.
Okay, great. Okay.
Apart from that, thank you very much for coming, and I wish you a happy night. Remember, now you are responsible. Now you know. Now you're guilty of knowing. You can't go back. No. Now you know. You can't go back. It's new. It's your new beginning. It's spring. It's a new you. You can't go back and say, "Oh, I was lying." I don't. Now you know. Now you're guilty of knowing. If you don't know, you have accountable. That's what they call the galactic law, the law of the universe. It holds you accountable when you know. Forget the law of the earth. I'm talking about it's called the Galactic Federation. It's a law of the universe. And once you know something is right, now they hold you responsible for not doing it. But I'm sure you're most capable of doing it. But that's called galactic law, whereby it comes everyone. So now you know, so go spread the others, tell the others. We shall see you again next time. Have a beautiful night.
Thank you. Good night.
Take care of yourselves, and I'm grateful.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Take care. Lovely to meet you again.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye, T.
Bye.
So everybody, that was a beautiful, oh my goodness, that was fantastic. So that is the best meeting I've had so far. For those who are still watching on Facebook or YouTube. So that's what we do at Emerald Book Club. We're here on Wednesday. We had my guests, fantastic women, beautiful. They had experiences with a young lady and other ladies. So we had a mixture. I was in the middle actually, so I had a mixture of all knowledge from the top, in the middle to the bottom, which was beautiful. So that was brilliant. So if you are around, please come again next time. So if you want to join our Vital Circle, our Facebook group, check out the website. We're on there. See you there. And leave us a comment. If you like the video, please share with others and use our hashtag Emerald Book Club so that we can find it and others can know. Apart from that, thank you very much from Emerald Book Club. Have a lovely day, and I'm going to end the stream now. Take care. Bye.